Hello again, lords and ladies. Welcome to episode 6 of my War Sales campaign, Mare Nostrum. I am the Godless Gamer. As we get booted up here, I have two really important announcements that I have to make. If you're one of my companions already, disregard this announcement, but it's important for everybody else. So while we get loaded up, I'm basically going to reiterate something that I said in the community tab of my channel. I left a post there, but basically, I understand that not everybody will see that, so I'm saying this now in the video. I am no longer actively recruiting companions from my crew, at least as things stand right now. It's not that I'm gonna completely... It's not like there's no chance that anybody else new can get in, but certain things have to happen. So for example, and I hope I don't jinx this by saying this, if I were to lose one of my companions, if one of them were to die, that would make an opening, and then I could bring somebody else in. So I'm just not actively recruiting. If you are interested in joining my crew in the future, potentially, you have to go to that community section of my channel and you have to respond to that post. Respond to that. That's the only place that applications for future companions will be accepted. I'm no longer accepting applications in any of my episode comment sections. The only place they'll be accepted is in the comments section of that post. So if you're interested in joining my crew potentially in the future, go to my community section, respond to that post, read that post. I justify why I've decided not to hire any more companions there. I'm not going to explain it here because we have a game to play and I don't want to waste everybody's time. So yes, again, if you're interested in joining the crew, go to my community tab, read that post, and respond to it, okay? So that was the important first announcement. The second announcement is that we have a couple of companions to welcome in. The last two that I brought in before I cut things off. With some caveats, because we have one of them, I just didn't make the other one. I'm hoping that the other one gets created in this episode, because I have yet to create a companion in front of you guys. I've just been doing it behind the scenes. So I thought I would use the last commenter who's joining my crew. I'm going to use your character as a demonstration for anybody who wants to see how the Distinguished Service mod works. And that's J Cav. J Cav, I'm talking to you. I saw your comment last night, and I decided that you were the last one to get in. But I just haven't made your character, but I did make another one. Now, commenter who requested this character, I would love to address you personally with your YouTube handle, but your YouTube handle is in a language that I cannot read or pronounce or understand, and apologies for that. I'm a stupid American and I only understand English. So this is no disrespect to you, but I'm just going to refer to you as your character name, which is Ari. I'm sorry that I can't pronounce your YouTube handle, but thank you for your contribution. You were one of the last guys to get into my crew, and I made your character. Now, this commenter did not specify in any like meaningful way what kind of character they wanted, what culture they wanted, any of that. They just told me what they wanted their name to be, and that's it. So I really had to come up with something. I came up with like a role play kind of thing for your character. I decided to make you an Aserai because I currently have no Aserai in my crew, and I want to get some cultural diversity going in my crew, or at least as much as I can get. But I created your character Ari, A-R-I, and I thought it worked because Aserai, your name kind of works with that. So I decided to make you out of an Aserai character. I made you out of an Aserai Baria. These are the these are the ranged mariner soldiers that I'm trying to fill Llewellyn's formation with. And it was easy to get distinguished service because behind the scenes, I did a lot, which I will get to. But one of the things that I did behind the scenes while I was trying to make this character is that these guys were getting distinguished service. So it was just simple for me to create a character out of an Aserai. Gives us some cultural diversity. You're an archer, so that's good. I'll take as many archers as I can get. And you now fall under Llewellyn's command because he's the leader of my archer formation. So Llewellyn is your commander, Ari. But now we get a different flavor because we have an Aserai and we got Aserai armor, and it'll be easy to identify you. Oh, actually, no, it won't because I have a ton of these guys in my party right now. I'll try to give you some identifying features. I'll do my best. But welcome to the crew, Ari. I appreciate your comment. Thank you so much. You barely squeaked into my crew before the cutoff. And then again, JCav, I just talked about you. I'm going to try to create your character today. I'm going to create your character out of an Imperial Naute because you just told me the name of the character that you want, the culture that you want, and what kind of loadout that you want to use. And you want to be an Imperial, and that's totally fine. I haven't made any soldiers out of it an Imperial Naute, and I think it's kind of cool for role-playing purposes. Let's just pretend that you are one of the Imperial Naute that I've been recently recruiting into my crew. I've only recently been focusing on Imperial troops on my crews, and I have plenty of Imperial Nautes in here, so I'll get you up to an Imperial Naute. You'll be an Imperial, which is what you wanted, and you're going to be an infantryman. I'll give you a sword, a shield, a spear, and then throwing weapons. You already have some throwing weapons, but you have 2 stacks of them. I'm probably going to take one of those stacks away and then just replace it with a spear. But now we have another Imperial companion on the crew. Welcome. You are an infantryman, so you fall under Bjorn's command. Bjorn is your superior officer. But for roleplay, I just decided you are just one of the Nautes that recently joined my crew, and you distinguished yourself. You were the top of your class of these new soldiers, and then same with you, Ari. I've only just recently brought these Aserai in. You were the top of the class of the Aserai Baria that I've been recruiting. So, welcome to the crew, you guys. We have, not including my family members, and not including myself, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 companions. Oh, no, 7 with JCav. 7 with JCav. So, yeah, the Welsh Knight, Llewellyn. Winterwood, even though Winterwood, I know you changed your YouTube handle, but Winterwood is the one I remember, so no disrespect. Winterwood is Bjorn. Then we have T-Nex, who is T-Nex. Tyler Stevenson 14 is Tyler. Vapor 0040 is Vapor. And then Ari, again, apologies, I can't pronounce your YouTube handle because it's in a language I don't understand. But that's it for the announcements. Let me tell you what happened between the episodes. We've moved, obviously. I didn't dismiss this little pop-up while I was doing my thing behind the scenes. I just kept it up because I wanted to show you that my wife gave birth to a child behind the scenes. So I'm really happy about that. And my wife is no longer in my party, so she's safe. She's shacking up with somebody, I don't know. I think she's probably with her mom in the Southern Empire. But I have a new baby. A new babby. His name is Skippy Jr. It's a male, so I had a son. His name is Skippy Jr. I'll eventually name him my name, Publius, but just so I don't see his name on the list, just to differentiate him from me. Even though it shouldn't be too hard, because he'll be a kid. But anyway, his name is Skippy Jr. We'll name him Publius when he comes of age. He has to earn his name. So I had a child behind the scenes. I did update some of your equipment. Everybody got some updates to their stuff. I have new armor. Llewellyn... Oh, no, that's my brother. Llewellyn, I got you new arm protection. And I also got you new shoulder protection. As well as a new longbow. I found the most expensive and amazing longbow that I could find. And I gave it to you as well as new ammunition. We still have to work on your weapons, but your ranged and some of your armor has been improved. Bjorn, I didn't mess with... Oh, no, I gave you a longbow as well. So you have a bow, like the same as Llewellyn. New ammunition, and I messed with your armor. I kept your old armor in my inventory because I wanted to kind of justify giving you an imperial-themed armor, even though you're trying to be a Nord, and I want to keep you looking like a Nord. They're not that different. The only thing that's missing is like the purple and the zebra pants, which I'm not super crazy about. You're still wearing mail. You basically look the same. You have your helmet. And look how much better it is. So you can yell at me in the comments if you want, but you got new armor and some new equipment. T-Nex, you ditched my wife's old armor because you were complaining that you looked like an Aserai, so you got armor that I was previously wearing. So now you look like an Imperial again. I don't believe you got any equipment, which you did get armor. Tyler, you got some updates as well, I think, with your armor. Vapor. And then Ari. Anybody that has a bow, I gave a noble longbow. Which were super expensive, by the way. So, everybody got updated. We have a decent amount of money now. I made some cash behind the scenes. And we have a fully trained crew. I'm up to max, basically. And most of them are the tier 5 soldiers. So we have we have a crack crew right now. And then there's no wars anymore. The war with the Khuzaits that we were fighting last episode is over. So we're in a peacetime again, but we're used to that. We start every episode in a peacetime, it feels like. So this is no different. Today's episode is no different. Let's call our fleet. I suppose we'll do some pirate raiding between wars here. And I'm really hoping that Regeia gets involved in a war against Gyarios in the Western Empire. Because if she does, we need to start thinking about getting land for ourselves. While we're searching for pirates, I'll talk about what I want to do. So hopefully we get involved in a war against Gyarios, because the second that happens, and the second that I notice that Regeia is possibly going to take Sionica, if she does siege it, and she's just about to capture it, we'll keep an eye on it. If she's just about to capture it, I have to immediately send her a message and then become her vassal, so this gets given to me upon its taken, or upon its conquest. I want to do this. I want to have a base of operations in the Mediterranean Sea, and we want to start our very slow and steady process of creating Mare Nostrum, and I think Sionica is a perfect starting point. Perfect starting point. So if she gets in, it's up to RNG. I don't know. I have no control over it. But if she gets involved in a war against Gyarios, we need to pounce on that. I want a city. And there's already some people we can attack. Llewellyn, I am now going to bring your ship into battles because I'm fully manned. I'm not just going to have my ship. We'll bring your ship into battles too. And of course, we're going to get a nighttime battle. I don't want it. Apparently, the ship grew legs and is now on the land. It's just bulldozing through the landscape. Are you kidding me? That's cheap as hell. Oh no, I can go out there too. Okay, so I guess there's supposed to be water right here and it's showing lands. I don't know what's happening. But they're not going any further this way, so we can get them. I mean, what kind of bug is this? It's funny. We're sailing on land. Our ship grew wings. Is the battlefield going to be on land now? Is this going to be an ocean battlefield? Or are we going to be fighting on ships on land? Now, I would really like to just auto-resolve this, but the last time I auto-resolved a battle, we lost 22 men. That's way too many. I don't want to have to work so hard to, you know, recuperate losses, so I'm just going to do this manually really quickly. It won't take that long. Oh my goodness, I was panicking for a second. I'm like, Llewellyn, where the hell are you? It's just you're on the next tab. There you go. You know what else I forgot to do? I forgot to name my ship. I'll do it after this battle. I'm going to rename my ship not to the Adrestia. I'm going to rename my ship to the Millennium Falcon. Because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, or I used to be, I should say. Not the biggest fan of Disney, what Disney's been doing, but I'm renaming my ship. Forgive me, Llewellyn. I'm gonna cut you off right here. Let's go for the big one first. That's where most of the soldiers are. And of course I missed that. And of course I missed that. Look, you'd think that I've played enough World of Warships to be good at this. Now, I would prefer not to sink this ship. I want to capture it. Alright, so Llewellyn, you can board that ship. You should be able to handle it. It's harder than it looks, guys. I know I'm missing these. Whoops. Wait, what? Why did the game just indicate that I had friendly fire? Did I friendly fire somebody? How is that possible? What is with this goofiness? It's over already. 0 deaths. Now, I guarantee you, if I had auto-resolved that, we would have lost a bunch of men. I'm going to take on these Aserai troops because they're the ones that get turned into... Hey, a fellow one-eye guy. They're the ones that I turn into the archers. What I should probably do now that I'm thinking about it... Well, first we have to... take our booty. I hope I spelled Millennium right and I'm not embarrassing myself, but I don't care. You already know that I'm not the... I'm not the greatest at spelling. It's... Sometimes my dyslexia kicks in and I mix the letters up, but... There we go. Renamed my ship. Okay, that's done. Okay, I can get rid of this... that notification now, finally. Don't want him to get away. And we're right outside a city, so this is perfect. Alright, how about I just demonstrate it to you? I'll auto-resolve this one. Oh, it's only 2 deaths. It's not bad. That's basically the 2 guys that I just brought in. Now, hopefully I can get involved in a battle at some point where one of my Imperial Nantes can... Maybe I should focus less on using my ballista in battles. Like, I need my Nantes to get kills so I can upgrade one of them to a companion. Just want to check my companions that use... Javelins? Ooh, these seem to be really good javelins. They're so good that I just got new ones. I'll focus on companions that use them first. So you got an improvement, T-Nex. Everybody did. Nice. And who'd have thought? Just attacking some corsairs, some just generic pirates, would yield some half-decent... Perfect. Wow, this ship is basically being held together by Scotch tape. And some chewed bubble gum. That's what's keeping the ship together. It's a good thing we're close to the... I've never had it happen before, but do ships sink? If you're out at sea and you're taking damage, does the ship sink? I've never had it happen. I've been responsible. So I've never experienced that before, but I'm wondering if we had been further away, if that ship would have sunk before we got back to port. But it cost me an arm and a leg to repair it. Hopefully it was worth it. So there's 20 grand. Where are the ores? You know what I'm noticing for the very first time? This ship doesn't have an ore upgrade like the Laberna does. This one. Good to know. Still trying to upgrade your ship to the light ores, Llewellyn. I'm trying. Every time I stop in a port, I look. So what was that, 22 grand? Just, you know, traveling from Danustica to here? 22 grand. I love sailing so damn much, man. It is so lucrative. It's not that hard to chase down people at sea, like it is on land. Sometimes looter parties are... It's just hard to catch people, you know? Okay, so T-Nex, this is a one-handed skill. They're both pretty good. I think I like this one more, though. Come on, Regeia, please piss off Garios, or Garios get pissed off at Regeia. Please. I wouldn't mind a war with the Aserai either, because we want to take their settlements as well. It's like, the only wars that we can get involved in that would be profitable to us, in terms of land, are the Vlandians, if we want Ortisia. We could get Ortisia like we did in our first campaign, the city that I love so much. I still love it. But I need... Yeah, I would prefer these because they're Imperial. So one of these would be best, because I want one of these to be my starting capital, because it's in Imperial. There's no way I'm getting Vostrum or Danustica, because we're not going to be fighting Regeia. And then if I have to take a settlement in Aserai territory, I'll take it. But I would really prefer Imperial. So a war against the Vlandians or a war against Garios would be what I want. Watch, it's going to be a war against the Sturgians, or a war against the Nords. I mean, they'd be profitable because I could raid these bodies of water, but... Uh-oh, did we just get attacked? Oh, no, we caught up to the... I'm going to do this manually, even though I saw that the deaths in an auto-resolve aren't that bad. I want to train up my Imperial Nautes. In fact, I'm going to do something new. Llewellyn, I'm going to focus on ranged troops on your ship, so your ship will be manned fully, or as much as it can, by ranged troops, and I'll keep all of the infantry to myself. That way, when we get involved in the battle, I'm going to keep you behind Llewellyn. I'm going to keep you in the back. You're not getting involved in this. I'm just going to YOLO at him, immediately start a boarding action, and then just try to stay out of the battle, and hopefully an Imperial Naute gets distinguished service so I can create my companion. In our next naval battle, I'll mess with this, but I do like that you can focus on different I can't speak, different troop types on your ships if you want. So for instance, if I have a ship that's a good platform for a lot of archers, I can specify that ship getting all the archers. You know what I mean? So I do like that. It's really cool. And it's very useful for us for what we're trying to do. So my ship will move by itself because it's got the sails going. But if we just take a look at the crew, we should notice very few, if any, archers. Here's Vapor. See? So, hopefully one of these Imperial Nautes will distinguish themselves, and I can create JCav's character. Alright, step aside. Who is that? My first mate, T-Nex. You should be standing next to me. I'm talking so much that I'm not even paying attention to the battle. Alright, slow the hell down. Nice shot. I'm gonna get on the ballista just to make sure that the CPU isn't using it, because I don't want to kill these guys. I want to get as many kills in melee as possible. Alright, we have some wind, so I can catch up to them. Look at these guys rowing desperately to get away. I don't think so. Now, they don't have to be melee kills. If an Imperial Naute gets kills with its javelins, that's fine too. Alright, we're staying out of it. I'm just gonna sit back and watch. Look at all those javelins, dude. Holy crap. So the Aserai archers that I've been creating are better skirmishers at longer ranges, whereas these guys, even though they have short-range weapon, they're still good ranged, but it's more effective at closer ranges. Whereas all the guys on Llewellyn's ship are good at longer ranges. Alright, Llewellyn, I'll get you moving because he's catching up to you. I'm going to tell you to skirmish. I gotta disembark from this ship. It's going to take a second. Come on, guys. Cut the ties. Hurry up. Whoever's shooting that ballista better not get any friendly fire on your ship. Alright, I'm coming, man. We might get a good ram. And I've already forgotten how to change camera angles. There it is. We sank it. I don't care. What is that, like 5 grand that I just sank? It's okay. And there it is. There it is. JCav, welcome to the crew, my friends. So this is the first time I'm ever creating a character in front of you, so... Sinor the Strong is the name that you joined with? Cool. Okay, so you're not filling any party role, so there's no point in me choosing, like, something like this. Medicine skill, or stewardship, or, any of that. So I think it'll just be smart to give you straight-up combat skills to start. There's 2 rounds of skill focuses. The first round gives you the most amount, and then the second round, it won't be plus 54 something. It'll be like half that. So the first one that I choose is the one that you're gonna get the most benefit from. Um, I mean, honestly, athletics is really gonna do you the most good, JCav. Honestly, you're not filling any specific role in my party. You're just a warrior. That's it. So we'll give you that one. So 54 skill points in athletics. So now you're up to a good start, 184. So yeah, the second one is just plus 27. Jacob, I think you're gonna serve in my bodyguard. Oh no no no, you're serving under Bjorn. You're in his infantry formation. You're not in my bodyguard. Because I was gonna say I could give you riding. Because my bodyguard need to be riders. Let's do Mariner. That's always important for all of my soldiers. All of my companions are slowly upgrading their Mariner skills, so let's get you off to a good start in Mariner. There we go. No deaths. And I didn't get any kills. T-Nex, you got one, and Llewellyn, you got one. Vapor, you got one with one of your throwing knives. Nice. I love it. Oh my god. See, if there's one good thing, if you're an Imperial character and you want some, like, javelins without having to spend them, just get on the ocean and fight Corsairs, because that's what they got, man. Their armor sucks, but their javelins are top notch. Alright, come on, Regia. You know you want to. You know you want to get involved in a war. Oh yeah, and then we have to do this too. I have to rename you and everything. Sinor the Strong. Give you all of your relevant skills. You have a smithing skill for some reason. That's fine, I'll do that one. Alright, athletics. All of these are really important. You got your extra endurance attribute already. Nice. You started off with decent throwing, one-handed athletics, shipmaster, mariner. Alright, you're good. You're pretty well-rounded. +2 ammunition for throwing weapons when you start a battle mounted. If you were in my general's bodyguard, you'd get an extra. If I give you this perk, you get an extra 2. This reduces the amount of damage that you take while you're in the process of using your throwing weapon. That's a solid one. You have some crossbow skills that you're never going to use, so I'll just give you 2 random ones. Trade, I normally do that one. Stewardship, do that one. You got your first pirate skill. Give you that one. And then I have 3 attributes, so the first one's going into vigor. Not that any of these are important. Well, athletics is. Athletics is important for you, so getting another endurance will help with athletics. And it also helps with your mariner skill, which is important. Endurance helps that. And then screw it. Let's just get all 3 of your important attributes up to 5. And then your focus points, last one into athletics, last one into one-handed, and another one into throwing. All of your relevant combat skills. I can focus on your combat focus points as opposed to giving you focus points into skills like stewardship or anything like I have to do for my quartermaster. So you have the benefit of just going straight up combat. That applies to any of my warrior companions. Holy crap, there's another convoy. Or another group of pirates right there. We haven't been losing men, so there's no need for me to keep recruiting anymore. I didn't capture a ship. Just keep hunting. I'm making money. Your party is above your companion limits. Due to that, some of your companions might leave soon. What? Hold on 1 second. That's not good. I don't want one of you to accidentally leave. That is not good. Hold on. JCav, you might get a little upset with me. You might get I just didn't realize. I wasn't aware because when I read that stipulation in the mod settings, I thought that I can create as many companions as I want, and it would ignore that. I didn't realize that. That's not good. JCav, you might get upset with me, and I sincerely apologize. But let's see. Yeah, we still got a while before I get to my next. Shit. Shit. JCav, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You have the benefit of just being a creation. It's not like I spent a ton of time creating you, and investing a bunch of time and equipment into you. If I don't get rid of you, I run the risk of one of my older companions leaving, and that's not what I want. I can't afford that. So JCav, I hope you'll understand. I promise once we get to the next clan tier, this is a complete oversight on my part. But at least you're realizing I made the mistake, and you guys can learn from my mistake. You have to wait until I get to clan tier 4 for me to recruit you, JCav, but you're still locked in as my companion. You're still locked in. I'm just gonna name this guy a generic guy. I'm so sorry. Ari, you have the benefit of being created before I made JCav, so... And as you just saw, it's not going to be that hard to recreate you. So what I need to do is strip generic guy. It's not JCav. I'm stripping generic guy of all of his stuff. And kicking him out. He's not the official JCav. He was an imposter. Sorry, generic guy.
Awaiting your orders.
Awaiting your orders. Alright, shut the hell up and get out of here, you imposter. I no longer have needs of your service. What? Why? Did I do something wrong? I cannot be sure of your loyalty anymore. Since you lied to me, you're not really JCav, you're a liar. I can't trust you. Okay. So, we learned something. I'm sorry, JCav, but it made sense to get rid of you first. I was not going to run the risk of having one of my, my original OG guys leaving. It wouldn't be fair to them. It's not fair to any of you that I made that mistake, but I realized it, okay? So once I get to the next clan tier, I will bring you in JCav. I'm not sure how long that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be in this episode. I'm so sorry, man. So now we're good. I'm sure Ari is like, woo, that was close. I almost got kicked out. Alright, we gotta... This ship is slower than my old Laverna used to be, so we really need to make sure we're getting out into the open sea if we want to be able to catch people. Because that's where we shine. See? It's just, look how much of a difference that is. I'm gonna test out another auto-resolve. 4. It's not bad. We're near Aserai territory if I need to replace those troops. We're near Imperial territory if I need to replace those troops. So I don't mind a couple of losses here and there. Look at that. These Corsairs had hand protection that I could use. I'm going to mess with my order here. So Tyler, you just got better hand protection. I should have done this a while ago. My family members go under you guys. And that way you get an idea of the chain of command. A rough idea of the chain of command. "69 Corsairs. Nowhere to go, my friend. Oh, he's a slippery little bastard. See? That is an unacceptable amount of losses. That is unacceptable. We're still okay. We still have a decent amount of soldiers. I'll recruit a few more. I'll get over to the Aserai territory. I think I want 45 archers and then the rest infantry. Okay, so everybody got something. Still no ores. Holy crap. We just keep getting richer and richer. There's... We'll head down to Aserai territory so I can get more of those archer soldiers. Come on, Rajaya. You know you want to. Watch, it's going to be a war against the Khuzaits again, or it's going to be a war against the Northern Empire. Just the complete opposite of somebody that I want to fight right now. Nowhere to go. Got him trapped up against the wall. See, I wonder why it varies so wildly. Like, that fleet that we just attacked didn't have that, like, that many fewer men than the last one that we did. I don't get it. Oh, and they were getting some access to soldiers. Once they're Aserai footmen, I can't turn them into mariners, so I'm not going to take that guy. Still no. I'm selling that armor now. I just kept it to show you, Bjorn, your old armor, and I wanted to justify why I gave you the new armor. Maybe Quyaz or Ortisia will have the new ores that I want. I'm just trying to, you know, run some errands while we're still waiting for a war to get involved in. But then again, having that companion limit is... that... Like, I realized that right at the same point that I wanted to stop bringing in companions anyway, so that's another reason... all the better that I stopped making companions. It's just another indication that I made the right choice to stop. I don't want to take you alive. You think I want you alive? I don't want your smelly carcasses on my ship. Oh, whoops, I meant to do an auto-resolve, but we'll do this manually. We'll get back to... Actually, that ended up working out really well. Let's just stick with that dynamic. Just my ship having all the infantry, Llewellyn, your ship having all the range. It makes sense because you're the range commander. And I'll just have your ship skirmish a lot of the time, and I'll do all the boarding actions. It'll keep you a little bit safer, too. I'll do all the heavy lifting. Ooh, I like that skybox. Dude, they really did improve, like, the atmosphere. It looks good. The sky looks good out on the ocean. There's no landscape to block, and... Cool. As Angry Joe would say, that looked good. You want to be careful not to hit any friendlies. But I'm using my brand new javelins, and they're really, really good. See, look how easy it's going to be to get another Imperial Naute up to Distinguished Service. At least we're fighting battles and we're getting renown, and we're slowly getting to the next clan tier. Steady progress. Getting involved in a war would actually get us to the next clan tier sooner, because I'll try to get myself involved in, like, some legit battles. Maybe we'll do, like, the odd land battle. Or maybe we'll get really, really lucky and we'll catch an enemy lord at sea so we can fight, like, a military battle on the oceans, not, like, raiding a convoy or something, or fighting pirates. I'm gonna go to Legetta. I haven't been to Legetta in a while and visited its port. Maybe it'll have the better ores. Vapor got 2 kills. Dude, these guys are not half bad, man. They give you some half-decent stuff. Like, it's irrelevant to us now, because, like, we've got, like, some of the best armor money can buy, but at least their stuff is worth something. Alright, so, Llewellyn, we're visiting... It's an imperial city, but it's something that your people have taken. Garrios didn't win the war that they were fighting against you, apparently, because you took his city. Or your people took his city. Alright, please have my ores. Still no. Am I ever gonna find these ores? Alright, we'll try Ortisia now. Maybe I'll just go on, like, a bit of a road trip. We'll hit some of these. Because if I get those ores on all my ships, our travel speed is gonna really make a marked improvement. Alright, this is my crown jewel. This is my baby. And right as we enter my baby, Regia declared war against somebody that I don't want to fight. Did I predict them? I did. Did I not predict we'd be fighting the Northern Empire? Okay, that's okay. We'll do more of a landlubber kind of fight for this war. Just so we can keep getting our clan tier, get more renown. But it's not going to serve the purpose of getting us any land, because I don't want any of this. We want Mare Nostrum. We don't want any coastal settlements up here in the Black Sea. That's not a part of Mare Nostrum. Alright, we have enough food. I'm just going to make a trek across land really quickly. We've read this dilemma before. Another development behind the scenes. I actually have a new personality trait. I have two personality traits now. I got generous. Because I've done enough generous things during the dilemmas to get this new personality trait. So I'm generous and daring now. Those archers are going to serve us really well on land. They're going to be doing the heavy lifting on land. I think I'm going to use Omor as a base of operations. We can raid a few villages as well. They have some villages up here. This is not a traversable river. Neither is this one. Alright, this is probably a part where I'm going to edit some stuff out. I'll see you once I get to Omor, because if anything happens along the journey, I'll definitely fill you in. But unless that happens, I'll see you once we get there. Let's just get out into the Black Sea and see if there's anything that we can raid. And then we'll head over... I guess we'll come over here. I can disembark on land like this, so we can come over here and raid this village if we want, or these. We can go after these. And by doing this, I'm actually, in a way, kind of daring an army to come at me. I want to fight a land battle. And I want to prove that having, like, a ton of mariners in my army isn't going to prevent us from performing well in land battles, too. Millennium Falcon, it made the Kessel Run in less than 3 parsecs, or whatever the line is. Let's see if the ores are here. I'm being responsible with it. I'm doing well. Still no. Like, what end of the world am I going to have to go to in order to get those frickin' ores, man? I wonder if the Norse would have it. I'm not setting sail over there, though. Alright, let's do what we were born to do. Let's get over here, raid any convoys if we come across them, and attack some villages. Raid some villages. And dare a Northern Empire army to come after me. Because I would love nothing more. We have a strong enough army now, 122 men. I could do so much with that. As long as they don't unite as a large army. But if they do that, I can outrun them. I can get away. I'm totally willing to snipe lords that we catch by themselves. Let's recruit some men before... Let's hire the men from this village so they can raid their own village. Ooh, wow, they have almost 100 militia here. Holy crap. That's okay, we can handle it, no problem. I just hope the battlefield's more open than the last one was. It is. There's not that many trees. I think this is probably the first coastal village that I've ever seen. Yeah. See? You can hear the sergeant, like, repeating my orders. I like that. We need to get to the top of this hill as quickly as possible. Alright, move up to here. Use this fence line. And then we'll set up our infantry over here, because that's where the men have to go in order to get to my men. They either come around this way, or they go all the way around my infantry. try to block them. My archers can handle themselves in melee just fine. It's not like they're fighting super trained soldiers, they're just fighting militia. They can handle them. Alright, I'm having my infantry charge now. Alright, Ari. No, just kidding. Ari. You're getting skills up. I don't have to murder every single one of them, but I kind of want to. I kind of want to murder every single one of them. There was 11 influence. That's not bad. Just going to organize these guys by tier. Alright, this is a village that produces fish, so that's going to be the main loot from this raid. This village is main... What is that, barley? I'm not sure what that symbol is. This one's cotton. Regaea of the Southern Empire has decided to make a trade agreement with the Aserai. Okay. Oh, here's an army of 171. Now let's see what it is. I'll stop raiding. Not that much cavalry. They have a ton of range, though. That is a little scary. They outnumber us by a lot. I'll try this. How about I lure them as close as I can, we'll run onto our ship. I dare them to come out to sea. I don't think they're going to because they only have one light ship. That's all they have in their fleet. One light. And that's not a ship large enough to bring all of these men into combat. So I was asking for an army to come at me, but this one might be a little bit too much for me. Like, I want to impress you with a battle, but why take the risk? Why? There's no point in taking the risk. If he comes out to sea, that's just fine for me. Are you serious? They are coming out to sea. By all means. Yeah, you notice the guy is slowly disintegrating? That means that he's coming out. Why on earth would you do that? I like how his head is not disappearing, but the rest is. Now, dude, what the hell are you doing? I've got them. It's gonna take them too long to disembark. You already messed up, dude. You messed up. You got him.
Ahoy! I want to speak to your captain.
Oh my goodness, is Lucan dead? We are fighting the Emperor. The Emperor is an absolute moron. The dumbest emperor I think I've ever seen. You are Arian, rightful emperor of nothing. What a moron. Now, I'm curious, because this isn't something I've never done before. If I sink his ship, does that kill him? We are learning a ton of stuff today. And we are witnessing the absolute dumbassery of the AI. What a moron. I'll try not to sink the ship. I don't think it's gonna kill him, even if we sank the ship. I think all that's gonna happen is that the ship will sink, the battle will end, and then he'll just be a prisoner. That's my guess. But we won't find out unless we actually sink it, but I'm not actively gonna try to sink it. See, he can only bring 32 men to bear because he doesn't have a fleet at all. He just has one ship. Yeah, there's no point in me trying to sink it. Let's try to at least take the ship. And take him prisoner. Alright, so Regeia cannot claim that we are not taking part in this war at all, or not making a difference. The war is barely, what, like a month old in game time, and I'm already capturing the Emperor? That is the Emperor of the Northern Empire. That's his flagship. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for him. He should be on the helm, so let's aim for the helm. Oh, we didn't get him. I told your ship to skirmish, Llewellyn. Alright, whose color purple is the better color purple? They're just dropping like flies over there. We didn't even have time to bring our ships together. See? That is how you turn a disadvantage into an advantage. I could execute him if I want, and I have to make sure that I don't accidentally press this ever. Because I don't want to execute the wrong person. I still can't believe it. I came onto shore to raid a village, and I have an emperor. Or a self-proclaimed emperor. Not much in the way of military loot. I wonder, we probably would have gotten a lot more loot if we had fought a land battle. It's because we didn't fight a lot of his soldiers, only 36 were on the battlefield. Not all 170 of them. So if we had fought all 170, that would be much more loot. But I wasn't really in it for the loot, I just wanted to capture him. We didn't take his ship, though. Alright, before I was so rudely interrupted, I can get back to raiding this, or maybe we can attack this woman. Another dumbass. Look at her, she's like, I'm such a boss, I'm gonna go prove to everybody that I'm a warrior. Little does she know. I think she's gonna make it into Umbrella before we can catch her. Oh no, she's not even headed for that. Why are these people so dumb? She could have gotten away if she just went into Umbrella.
Now then, come no closer. Forgive me, but one cannot be too cautious. I would ask you for your name.
You don't need my name. All you need to know is that I'm the man that is going to capture you. Okay, we'll do a land battle this time. Not that much range, not that much infantry, no cavalry to speak of. This is easy peasy. And it's being commanded by a woman who's not wearing any armor or any... Look, she's throwing punches because she doesn't have any equipment. Me on my, like, amazing horse and my amazing armor, swinging my amazing sword up against a lady who's not wearing anything, and she's punching my horse. Dude, this episode is just so ridiculous. Pretty open battlefields. I want to get over here and dominate this hill right here. I just want to minimize all the trees in the way. There's no trees right here. We're shifting over. Alright, Llewellyn, I want to give you the best vantage point possible. We might have to engage them, because... I can't tell if they're walking away from this, or if there's a hill, and they're cresting the hill, coming towards me. I can't tell. We'll find out. Alright, look at it. Look at us. We're fighting land battles. It's not just sea battles. Alright, Llewellyn, get your men in order. Nope, that's not you. I still have a Botanian Fian champion in my party from when I created you, Llewellyn, and that's like so long ago. So he's been surviving this whole time. A testament to your people's ability and tenacity. Yeah, they're not coming towards us.
All of you, onwards! Soldiers! After me!
This poor woman. I'm gonna kick her out of my party. She still hasn't gotten pregnant. This is the 45-year-old woman that I got married to my brother. I've been keeping her in the party just to hopefully get him. I don't need nieces or nephews. I don't care about that. So she's gonna leave my party as soon as possible. We already took all of her armor from her, so... Now let's scout ahead. Now we're the ones attacking uphill, which isn't good. But they're doing the smart thing. They're taking the defensive position. They're outnumbered, so... Maybe this half-naked woman, or this woman not wearing any armor, is actually a half-decent commander. But what's nice about the terrain is that normally archers are kind of like my counter. Me, like, being on a horse. They're the ones that do the most damage to me if I'm trying to harass them. But due to the terrain, I can get up close and personal with these guys without being shot at by archers. Get the hell away from me. I start the battle with a lot of javelins, so I might as well use them. Just put them to use before the formations engage with one another. Alright, these guys really want to kill me. Alright, I hear a lot of projectiles being fired. Oh, it's because my companions are still following me. My, generous bodyguard. Damn it. It's a good thing I noticed that before my sister-in-law got too close to their formation, because she's on foot, and she has to run back. Gotta level up. Just judging by what I'm looking at, these are mostly low-quality troops, so we should be just fine. Let's get my bowman to move up a little bit. Well, I did terribly with those last few javelins. Alright, putting my men in shield wall, my infantry in shield wall.
Move out! Soldier! Soldier! Move!
Alright, Bjorn, nice job. Wait till the very last second. Wow, the Britannian Vian champion got distinguished service. No deaths. Off with your head. For your stupidity. Alright, that's relevant to you, T-Nex. Your horse just got better armor. I have another banner right here. Some of you aren't using banners. Decreased morale shock. Not great. Vapor, you're getting that. Just... It's a placeholder for a future thing that I probably want to give you. Your Nord troops ask if they can take charge of the cremation of the Nord in the enemy's ranks, declaring that they feel a duty to their kin even if they fought in a bad cause. Sure. It's totally fine. No skin off my ass. I don't care. Oh, a morale decrease. But that's okay. We're over 70 still. Alright, we got kind of pulled away from our fleet, so let's head back there. We need to go to a city so we can sell these prisoners. Varnovopol, I guess, or Cyrenea's down here. We'll get back to our ship. Travel speed for my throwing weapons? Yes. I'm throwing, like, laser beams now. Especially if I'm mounted. The addition of the horse's speed and with that perk, like, just imagine the velocity of the javelins that I'm going to be throwing from horseback. It's crazy. Alright, this focus point needs to go into... something. Plus 15% XP gain after each battle for Mariner troops under this character's command. Regular troops under my command. I don't care about the personal part of it, but I care about the captain part. I like how it's called R. I need that. I need to get that. Wow, two of you got your durable perk, so you just both got an endurance attribute point. And you did too. So Ari got it too. I'm dismissing this woman now, before I forget. Let's not do it in enemy territory. Because I need to create her own... I need to create her own party. They're gonna get away. I'm gonna finish what I started over here. I'm gonna finish raiding this village. Because it's right next to our ship. If somebody wants to stop me, they can come and get me. Ooh, we get more gold every tick in this one, so that's a lot more. Better than the last one we did. And by raiding this village, I'm contributing to the war. I'm helping Regeia win. Not just winning battles, but doing this helps too. If these two parties come together, I would be more concerned, but I don't think they're going to. Yeah, that guy turned tail. Get the hell out of here. Ooh, they're converging. They're all converging on me. Alright, this raid is at an end. Yeah, look at these. They're... just raiding this one village is just pissing everybody off. If I fought them individually, I can handle it, but if they all came together, that's not good. They're all getting too close together. They're gonna start coagulating into, like, a singular force, so we'll just get the hell out of Dodge. How are we doing on time? I'm at an hour and a half on OBS, so this is probably only going to be like another 10 minutes long, guys. Let's go to Varnovopol and just... drop off what we've got already. Now, if I had my own city, I would be very tempted to go back there and deposit the Emperor. If he's even still in my party, he might have escaped. No, he's still here. Let's just sell him. $21 grand. $26 grand. How are we doing on food? Way too good. Way too good. I'll get another variety. Grab some butter. I'll grab some more grapes. I need to keep my men... My men are doing a great job. We're not taking that many losses. Honestly, we've lost more men in some of those auto-resolves against pirates than I have in manually resolved battles against, like, legit armies. Holy crap. That's an Argeron coastal patrol. But what's nice about patrols is that they have Labernas, if I capture that bad boy. Alright, let's give him some room to breathe, because I want to go after him. There he goes. We'll chase him. he's going to want to get back to his place of origin. It's an Argeron coastal patrol, so they want to get back into their assigned city. Just like how convoys, they're dead set on getting to their destination, so you can use that to your advantage if you know where they're going or you know what their priorities are. You can predict their movements. Now, this is a coastal patrol. It's not a convoy. They're not carrying any trade goods or anything, but it is just one ship. I'm kind of forced to do this manually, because if I auto-resolve it, I'm predicting that we're going to lose, like, a lot of guys, because it's a military fleet. It's not traders. Damn it! Yeah, see, he's going to want to go back to Argeron, and we just can't let him. I want your Laberna, my friend. Are you kidding? Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's a cool scar. It's like he got scratched by a cat, just like Nick Fury. Yeah, let's do this manually. This might be the last battle that we fight, actually, guys. But just skirmish. I'll handle everything. We don't want to sink the ship. So I'll get on the ballista just to make sure that nobody's firing it. Except me. I'll take a Hail Mary shot. Way off. Their Laberna doesn't have a ram on it, so any ram that it attempts would be a failure. Barely did any damage, which is fine. But see, yeah, they have a bunch of, like, Imperial soldiers on there, so it's going to be tougher than normal. But we have the higher freeboard, we have the higher deck, so we're shooting down into them. I feel bad that I'm killing fellow Imperials, but... Dude, are you paying attention to how, like, how violently the guys react after they get hit by one of my javelins? They, like, flop over. Like, you really feel the velocity of, the throwing weapons. I like that. These guys are getting dropped like flies. Oh, it's because of you. Well, and look at all the arrows coming from your ship. 6 deaths. Yes! I'm tempted to keep it in my fleet, but it's not up. It has barely any upgrades, but it'll be worth a lot. At least 10,000. At least 10,000. Okay, so now Rajaya's trying to take Diathma. A courier arrives bearing the message from Garrios. He remarks on your growing reputation and asks if you would consider pledging yourself as a vassal of the Western Empire. You should speak in person if you're interested. I've gotten this message. I never got it when I'm recording a video. I got it during the in-between times. I got the same exact message from Rajaya. It's just the game's set way of telling you, and it's the game's way of reminding the player, hey man, you have enough renown and you're at a high enough clan tier where you can pledge yourself to somebody. We're not doing that yet. We'll do Regeia, or we're gonna do whoever benefits us the most. Whatever's gonna allow me to take lands that I want to take. Yep, 13 grand. Not bad for an unupgraded Laberna. Okay, lords and ladies, we're in a city. Could just wrap it up if we want. Hey, I like how my character's face changed the second he went out to sea. Alright, so now, Regeia, when we first pledged ourselves to her as a mercenary, she wasn't doing so hot. But now that we're her mercenary, even though we're not really contributing in like a lot of noticeable ways or in a lot of tangible ways, I mean, we are. We're fighting battles and we're raiding villages and stuff, but she's doing all the heavy lifting. She's the one taking the settlements. So she's just done a complete 180 from the situation that she was in when we first joined her. Now she's kicking everybody's ass. So we'll keep an eye on the political situation. At least we'll be involved in a war the next episode at the start, because I'm not going to be creating any more characters, so there's nothing really to do behind the scenes. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see. Hopefully she gets involved in a war with Gyarios. I could even maybe think about pledging myself to him, be his vassal. I'll think about it. You guys can let me know what you think I should do in the comments. I'll take any input. Just a lot of different directions. I like that I have options. I'm not tied down already. That's what's nice about being a mercenary this whole time. I have options. I'm not tied down to Regeia. I could just immediately flip-flop to somebody else. Whoever puts me in the best position to conquer the lands that I want to conquer. Like, maybe even joining the Asurine would be good, because they'd most likely be fighting against Regeia, and I could take Danustica or Vostrum, or, you know what I mean? So a lot to think about. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. A lot of cool things. We learned some stuff. We have a new companion, Ari. Again, I apologize to you, JCav, that we had to get rid of your character, but as soon as I get to the next clan tier, as soon as we unlock a new companion slot, there might even be a perk in one of my skill trees. Maybe there's a perk in here that gives me another companion. Here it is. That's going to take me a long time to get to, though, because I haven't been focusing on leadership. But yes, I was right. There are perks in here that give you companion limit. I'll be completely honest, I'll probably get to the next clan tier before I actually get to this perk, but it's good to know. I can crash for this. Alright, Vapor, let's give you another throwing skill. That's more ammunition for you. Alright, that's officially the last thing I'm doing. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below. Leave your comments down below as well. Remember, people listening, if you want to be a companion or if you want a chance to be a companion, don't make a request in any of my comment sections of my videos. Go to the post in my community section of my channel, read that post, follow the directions there, and earn a chance to possibly become a companion. Alright? Even though I'm not actively recruiting, if slots open up, then slots open up. Alright? Hope you guys listen to that. But anyway, thank you for being here. See you in the next one. Episode 7 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.